Hey guys, what is up? 49th application review for you guys here. Going to be a pretty lengthy one, not gonna lie. I have 5 applications I want to review for you guys. But the reason I'm doing this is because my next review, which is going to be number 50, is going to be a pretty big landmark for my application reviews. It's going to be a special video. So I wanted to be able to get all these out there beforehand so I can get my special ones set up and everything, which will probably be coming out next week sometime. But anyway, we're going to start this review off with Catcha. It's one of the top free ones in the App Store right now. It is a free application. There is a sequel, as you guys see right here, that just came out called Catcha 2. It pretty much just has some tweaks that they added into the original game. Not too different. That's why I'm not going to go out and buy it. But a pretty big fan of Catcha. You might want to go at least check it out, maybe. But anyway, when you start off, you have new game, options, and help. Start off with new game, and pretty simple concept. You are this little, no, you're not this little, you're trying to prevent this little purple mouse in the corner. It'll start off in different areas, trying to prevent this little purple mouse from being able to escape into any of these black holes. They cannot touch the mouse traps. Pretty much once you set a mouse trap around it, it will not go to that space. It'll be trapped, that it cannot use that space, and you're trying to trap the mouse up against a wall or within a certain amount of mouse traps, because you cannot leave any gaps for this mouse to be able to escape in any of these holes. You go one at a time. So example, if I go here, he'll go next, and you just keep going around. And now watch this. My next move, I'll go right there, but he'll still jump straight up and he'll go into that hole. So now I go, I can't block him anywhere, block him, and there we go. So this is on the extra levels. There's 4 different level sets. There's easy, medium, and hard. I'll go to an easy level and I'll show you that. Very simple gameplay when you actually get on the easy. Start out here. And now right here, if I gap this little last one, then I'll be able to hold him, and it'll show you that I actually will beat this level. So there's some pretty fun sound effects in this game, which tend to get pretty annoying as well after a while. If you hear that, it's just a little cute mouse squeaking, which, I mean, yeah, it seems like it'd be fun, but after you beat a level and you continue to beat levels, the sounds get very annoying. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much the entire application. I believe that there are 100 levels into this free one. If you want to go out and check out Catcha 2, it has a multiplayer, so you can be able to be the mouse and the person setting the traps. It has the ability to go around and select different individual levels, because example here, now that I'm on level 5 of easy, I cannot go back and I cannot go forward, even if I've beaten a level before. You have to go in numerical order of the levels for each level pack for easy, medium, hard, and extra, which is definitely a downside. That's pretty much it for the biggest tweaks. There's not too much. There are a couple other ones, but if you do become a big fan of Catcha, the free version that I just reviewed, definitely go out and check out Catcha 2. It's a pretty fun, pretty addicting game, but I wouldn't actually pay $1 for it. Not quite worth it that way. Next app that I have for you guys is called, hold on, I have it written down here. It's not called TUBEspoke. It is called BeSpoke YouTube TUBEspoke. It's $1.99, and what this does is it gives you the ability to check out all of your subscriptions on YouTube, their latest updates, their latest videos, and simply by clicking a video, you can go right to it, you can get their information, and then you can actually just watch the video straight from this application. It's a pretty nicely laid out application, I'm not going to lie. Very nice structure put into it. This is pretty much for the more hardcore avid YouTuber who actually checks their YouTube account a few times a day, trying to make sure that their latest subscriptions haven't put anything up, haven't put any new videos up. But if you're just a person that goes time to time, checks out their YouTube channel, you're really not going to be finding anything that you're going to need a necessity for here. But if you are an avid one, definitely check this out. What you do is you open up the application, click the refresh button, and it's simply refresh in just a couple seconds with all the latest videos from your subscribers. No, from your subscription, sorry. And it's still doing it. 6 videos have been added since I last did that. Go through, you can scroll through them and click them. You can go through your favorites. These are your favorite videos for your local favorites, your YouTube favorites, which shows your favorite videos. Pretty cool if it'll load up. So these are my favorites that I've added, actually. These are all of them. And then local favorites are favorites that you've added throughout the application itself. Down here it shows your playlist that you have through your account, because once you start this application up, you do need to sign in, and by doing that you go into your settings in your iPod, scroll down and go to this application, and then you sign in. So here's my playlist that I have: application reviews, in-depth reviews, case reviews, and iPod miscellaneous. Down here at the bottom, click subscriptions. This is all your subscriptions that you can go through. These are all the people that I'm subscribed to. And then you can go to search, and you'll be able to search through a video. Pretty simple idea. It's pretty much just like YouTube, but it's just a little bit of a junior. It's more of a YouTube junior, but the only thing that they're really trying to make it is that you'll be able to check your subscriptions and everything that your latest people are doing on YouTube. It's kind of like a I don't know, I'd say a Twitter application for YouTube. I mean, yeah, it's not saying updates of people that they do, but it does show the newest videos as soon as possible when they're released on your YouTube subscriptions page. My next app that I have for you guys, we're going to actually go to this one. This is a free app. It's called KickUps. There are free KickUps applications in the App Store, but this one is called Kick-Up. So it's Kick-Ups. So go check out that one because this one is free. There are a couple paid ones in there, but this one is definitely my favorite. Or this is my favorite by far so far. Very simple concept. Tap on the ball, and it kicks it. And you just try to keep the ball in the air as long as possible. Down in the left bottom corner, it shows you your current kick-up score that you're actually gaining right now. And then in the right bottom corner, it shows you your all-time high score. There's really no settings. You guys are seeing the main menu right now. There's nowhere you can actually change like a username to the high score. You can't reset them really from here. What you need to do is pretty much just kick it up and try and get a new high score on your device. The only problem that I have is that when the ball goes to the right and the left side of the screen, it kind of goes off the screen a little bit. I'll try and show you right here. If I can kick it over a little bit. I'm trying to make it so it stays on the side. The only problem that I have with that is that you can't see the ball all the time, and if the ball is on the side and you're trying to kick it when it's lower, you're going to have to really get a very, very accurate spot on the ball because you're not going to have complete access to it because half of the ball will be lying off on the screen. There's a pretty good example. You can get farther off, but also when the ball gets too high, it'll fly off the top of the screen, which does happen. I mean, that makes sense. I don't blame them for doing that, but I wish that the ball would bounce off exactly where the iPod and iPhone ends, not go off a little bit of the screen and then come back. That's my only downside with this application. Also, sometimes you think that you get the kick, and sometimes it just doesn't want to do it for you. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I actually do miss it. Maybe because the sensitivity is off. It's a fun application. It's free. Kick-Ups. Go check it out from the App Store. Pretty fun one to mess around with. My next one that I have for you guys, such an addicting game. It is so much fun. I got this one sent to me and it sounded, I thought, terrible from when I first looked at the title of it. Didn't seem like it would interest me at all. It sounded like a really cliche game. It's called Defend Your Castle. It's $1.99 from the App Store and I recommend the heck out of it. It is so much fun. I'll go to the main menu and I'll show you what you got. You have New Game, Continue, which will have your saved files, and then Credits. And what you're doing here is you have a castle on the right side of the screen. There's a lot of games out there like this, but this application is so fantastically designed. The gameplay is hit so directly, makes it so addicting, so much fun. You're going to continuously want to be picking up your iPod and iPhone and wanting to be able to get to the next level. So go into Continue Game, and these are my saved little things. I have TIK, I'm on round 17, Continue, Save and Quit, and Abandon Game. So you do have to manually save. There's no autosave function, which is kind of a downer. But anyway, go into Continue Game, and I'll just show you some gameplay. Here, I'll pause it, and over on the right side, I'll try and explain it. The right side of your screen, you'll have your castle that you're trying to actually guard. Over time, once you beat a round, you can actually rank up and get different power-ups for each part of your castle. You have 4 towers. One of them has magic. One of them builds up your castle walls. One of them is basically a bomb squad, which will run out and blow up anything that's attacking your walls. And then the other one is archers. Down here in the bottom right corner, there's a little blue cylinder, as you guys see right there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a little blue can pretty much, and you can pick up a person, drop them in, and then it'll pretty much go process and train those enemies into being one of your squad men and knights on your castle. You do have to buy that. Once you get past a couple rounds, you get enough money to actually be able to buy that. That's called the... I forget what that's called. I'll check that in a second after I beat this. The top of the screen, you have your health bar. You have your magic. Once you earn your magic, you have that up here, and you can use different spells and whatnot. And then that's pretty much it. Down at the bottom, you have your score. And then up in this right part, you have your tabs, which controls each of your tower's functions. I know it's a lot, guys. I'll try and show you all right here, but it's pretty complicated. So you just flick everything, and I've gotten pretty far, so I have a lot of different monsters that are trying to attack me. These little simple ones, you can just flick up in the air, and that kills them, because they fly so high. Those ones rolling in the little red cylinders, those are like cap gun shells, and you just hit them, and they're pretty much like a bomb. Those will explode. And then over here, drag one into my little blue paint can, drops them in, and it's going to process them. These are my process ones that I can send to any part of my tower. These ones coming in with little wooden tongue sticks, those pretty much just attack your walls. And it's a pretty complicated game to try and explain. It's a very complicated game to figure out at first. Once you get through the first 3-4 levels, you start to get the hang of it, and you start to understand that this game really isn't too complicated as it seems. Blow up. So that was me sending out one of my guys. I'm sending him out. I'm using him pretty much as just a suicide bomber. I got a lot of people attacking my walls right now. So as you guys see, up in the top corner up here, pardon me, that's the sun, and that does play a crucial part. When the sun goes over the hill and it becomes nighttime, that's when the level is over. That's when you get to the next round. So the sun is taking quite a while. I just want to show you what the little shop is where you can actually get all your power-ups. So we're just going to keep playing and we'll just keep talking about the application. Cool thing about it is that it has a very fun, very casual feeling to it. The health bar up at the top of the screen, it's spelled H-E-L-T-H. I mean, it's not even spelled right. And you'd think, terrible job on their part. No, it's a fantastic job, because even the clouds going by on strings, these little stick figures running by, their little cute noises, it makes the game have a very fun, comfortable, casual feeling to it. It's a pick up and play anywhere kind of game. That's how they succeeded in making it feel so fun and easy to just pick up anywhere at any time, and they did a really nice job on that. I definitely recommend this application. It's extremely addicting. I was trying to think of some little way that I could describe how addicting this game is, and it might sound kind of stupid, but my slogan that I'm going to make for this game is going to be, this app should be banned in the US because it's like a drug, it's so addicting. I'm going to say that for this application. It really is. It always makes you want to go to the next level. I know that sounds stupid, but honestly guys, it's a fun game. It's so simple. It's a definite one that you're going to want to go check out. It's $1.99. Not done yet. Here's your little roundup scenario of what you just got through each round. Shows you how many enemies you killed, your score on this little calculator. Go through, and here's where it gets complicated. You have 4 different things you can buy at the top. Fortify your walls times 10, repair times 100, and repair all. Down at the bottom you have your points about how much money you have, and then here's what I was talking about. That little blue cylinder thing that holds my enemies is called the Pit of Conversion. So that's where you drop them, and you have to buy the Pit of Conversion. And once you buy that, you can power up each of the towers. It seems like a lot. It definitely is when you're going through the first few levels. But once you've pretty much bought all these towers, which I have, and then once you bought the Pit of Conversion and everything, it's pretty much just fortifying and repairing all your walls and whatnot, which is up here. That's your health bar. That's the entire application, guys. That's all I'm going to show you. It's a very addicting, very fun game. It's not very well explained, though. There's no information on telling you how to play the game. That's the only problem that I really had so far with this application. But once you do get the hang of it, it's definitely an addicting one that you're not going to want to put down on your device. I'm talking a lot right now. I'm trying to get all these apps built in. Anyway, guys, next app that I have for you guys is iBot Sumo. Very fun application also as well. This application is going to be 99 cents, and with that 99-cent purchase, you get a Wi-Fi multiplayer included. From your main menu, there's a big problem with this application that I want fixed. There is no save function. What you have is, once you boot the application up, you can continue your progress from where you last left off, or you can go and start a new game mode. I'm going to start a new game mode just so I can show you guys how easy this gameplay is at first, but I'm going to have to start over, which sucks. But guys, that's pretty much the only downside about this application, is there's no save mode or save function. They need to put that in here to make this an A+ kind of game. It's a good game, it's an addicting game, but that is a huge, huge downside that I don't like about it. Anyway, go into game mode. I will start a new one. You have multiplayer here if you have 2 devices, and what you can do is you can play through pretty much the same as single player mode, but I'll show you single player right now. New game. And what you do is use the accelerometer to bump your enemies off the side of the screen into the red bars. First levels are very easy, and if you guys can see, very difficult. These edges are all very tiny, but they are red. And as you get into the farther levels, some of the edges will actually turn to green. And when they turn to green, instead of touching the red and dying, if you touch a green edge, you will actually be able to bounce straight off of it. But as you guys see, there are more bosses as the levels progress. In these first set of levels, the bosses are pretty simple. They're pretty stupid as well. But when you get farther on, and when you're starting to face like 30 or 40 enemies, and they are the difficult enemies to actually have to take down, because the enemies do become smarter, faster, better, stronger, all that stuff. So the levels do definitely become more intense and more difficult. Also more creative. Pretty fun levels as you do progress throughout the entire game. I believe there's 40 levels throughout the entire application, and at the end of each 10 levels you have a boss. So you're facing 4 bosses and then 40 individual levels. I think that's how it works. It's a fun one to pick up. I would definitely recommend it because it's only 99 cents. If it was a higher priced application like $2, $3, might want to steer clear of it, but they're asking a pretty cheap game price, and since it includes a single player and a Wi-Fi multiplayer, then I would definitely recommend you at least consider going out to get this application. It's pretty much just like bumper cars, I would say. You don't push any buttons. All you need to do is just tilt the device using the accelerometer to bump your little red, white, and blue kind of BattleBot Sumo wrestler into these other ones, and by bumping them into the walls will destroy them, and then you go on and you face another one. So it's pretty simple game. It's very simple gameplay. It's a very simple concept, very fun one. Here's a boss that I was talking about. In this one you have to hit the wall a couple times and make him smaller constantly. I'm trying to make sure that I can see it on my camera right now, and I'm watching through my camera and I just died. I'll play through my camera for this one. Yeah, I can't do it. Anyway, guys, that's going to be called... Sorry, I can't do that bot, or that can't beat this guy and make sure that you can still see him. Anyway, that's called iBot Sumo. It's 99 cents. The only downside about this application is that there's no save function. There's only the continue function, and it sucks. You can't go back and you can't play levels that you've already beaten. That's also a pretty big downside. Hopefully they'll be able to fix this throughout the entire game with a future update. That's all I have for you guys. That's 5 applications. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hey guys, do you want a full list of every app that I've ever reviewed starting from app review number 1? Go to my YouTube homepage and click the link under full list of applications. It'll give you a Word document including the title of an application, the pricing, and the rating. Hopefully this helps. I'll talk to you guys later.